news desk. Yes, now we're good to go. Carla Jordan joining us for Heartland Heritage once again. Carla, how are you?
I'm fantastic. Thank you for joining me here in my messy studio. It's just quieter and I have better wireless here for some reason.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're glad to have you anywhere you're coming at us from. Certainly your walls adorned with all of the different pieces and
Yeah.
parts of the historic preservation that you do, and so it's
Yeah.
fitting. It works. It's absolutely on.
We could do a show on this design studio because these walls are covered
Oh yeah,
with all of our things that we do every year and historic, all my degrees and things. I mean, even the electric box is, this is a very messy studio, but it's mine. What can I say?
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. Coming up though, that will be well. I understand that you're having it at the Jackson Civic Center, but it is organized by the History Center, right? And that is your upcoming
Right.
holiday celebration. Can you tell us a little bit more about the banquet this year?
Sure. I think the reason that it fits on the show, other than I'm shamelessly plugging an event, is that this annual banquet started in 1926, almost 100 years ago, for this historical society. And back then, governors and prominent people like that spoke at the banquet and were the keynote address, although there was a little break in the coverage in the 80s and 90s, but we started doing it again about 6, 7 years ago. I think this is our seventh one. And we have had very prominent, wonderful people as our keynotes. But what we're doing this year is we're going a little funky and fun, Clayton. We are going to have a celebration of Santa Claus.
Yeah.
And a renowned Santa Claus expert named Dr. Henry Wolf, if you have a Santa, any Santa, modern or historic, he can tell you if it's from this Coca-Cola type Santa era, from Russia, from Ukraine. He can tell you everything about that Santa Claus. And he's going to give a keynote on the history of Santa Claus. And then Tractor's Catering, which I've never had a bad bite from them. They're going to be doing Grandma's Christmas Feast as our buffet. And frankly, the meal will be worth the price of the ticket of the banquet. And we're going to have a concert by a group that you know, Doxology,
Yep.
with Dr. Branson, Dr. Jordan, and all their buddies. And I heard them rehearsing, even Can Santa Gets the Blues. So they're going to have a thematic concert. It'll be fun. And then we're going to have an incredible Santa-themed silent auction with vintage, historic, and modern Santas. For example, this precious little guy right here is a tin and celluloid Santa. He was 29 cents at Ben Franklin, probably about 100 years ago. And he's worth a lot more than that. He'll be one of the items that people can bid on. For those of you that are children of the 60s and 70s like me, Clayton, you weren't even thought of then. These little flocked Santas were the cats meow. And we have several of them that have been donated for the auction. These are not things that we're taking out of our collection. These are items that have been specifically donated for the auction fundraiser. And those are cute little guys. And those are examples. We have a blow mold Santa, which are really popular. We just have amazing Santa things, lots and lots of them for our silent auction. So it's going to be a fun evening. We're going to present our annual preservation award, which I think that you're all of you who come are going to love who we've chosen for that. It's still a little bit of a surprise. And then it's just an evening where we normally call it a formal banquet where you can dress casually. But this year we're encouraging people to fly their little freak flag and wear their Santa shirts or their ugly sweaters we're encouraging them to dress casually and just dress festively. I have a gigantic red sweater with a gigantic white star on it, and that's what I'm going to wear, Clayton. So it's a fun evening. It's a wonderful tradition. It's at the beautiful Jackson Civic Center. And Clayton has a flyer that you could screenshot, take a photo of the address. But I'm here every day for the next 2 weeks at 102 South High, and you'll come and pick up a ticket. It's $60 a person, but as I told you, the meal is worth that. And you're getting a concert and a presentation and a silent auction. I have a very special Santa Claus who's coming, who actually went to Santa Claus school, which I'm sure was with the number one original Santa. And his wife, Mrs. Claus, is coming, and they'll be greeting everybody at the door. So I think it's a nice way for us to unveil that traditional opening of the Christmas season. And so it's Sunday, November 5th at 6 p.m., but you can't just show up at the door. You have to come and get your ticket, or you can give me a call and I'll give you all the details if you want to mail in your money and have me drop off your ticket or mail it to you. We'd be happy to deliver. So anyway, I hope you can all join us. We do have some seats left. It will sell out. But we usually that last 2 weeks I get kind of nervous, but Clayton, it always sells out.
Certainly, yes, and we do hope to see it all. Well, certainly come out in full swing, and certainly looking forward to seeing it happen at for the History Center. Anything else today to mention before we wrap up? Anything else that folks need?
Sure, I think that after that banquet, it'll just be an opening for all of the regional Christmas parades, all of the regional Christmas events. There's a whole bunch of them in historic Uptown Jackson and historic Cape Girardeau that we will try to share for you as much as we possibly can on our Facebook page at the Cape Girardeau County History Center. We try to regionally plug everything that's going on if we possibly can. And so this is just a time where every weekend and usually one day during the week, I know Doc's playing at a concert at Hobbs Chapel, a gospel concert tonight. Clayton, you would really like that one. And I think at like 7. So there's always something going on all the time this time of year. So there's no excuse to have to stay home. The weather in Southeast Missouri the next 10 days, according to Brian Allworth, when I got up this morning, looks fantastic. And so there's no excuse to not get out. And if you're kind of bored and want something to do, give us a call here at the History Center at 573-204-4240. We would love to let you know what's going on regionally and plug some of our friends out in the world. And Clayton, I want to thank you for this time to talk about this traditional banquet that's been going on for about 100 years.
Absolutely. Carla Jordan with the Cape Girardeau County History Center. Thank you, as always, so much for all that you do.
It's my pleasure. I love being with you, Clayton. Thanks.
All right. To our audience as well, appreciate you all tuning in, being here with us today. We'll turn it back over to Local News Live for now. Stick around. We've got more coming up around the corner.